The Podical sound.
Podcast, you can't win. Talking a good game, you can't win. Topics never lame, you can't win. Win.
Not your average Joseph. Marvelous.
It's ridiculously funny, but funny.
Welcome back to the best no judgment zone space in the world, because neither one of us have any law degrees. I am Sofa King Marvelous.
And I'm not your average Joseph.
And we are the Podical Sons. Let's start the show. I want to say a big, happy shout out to Smooth / fuck you Smooth, because he's shitting on my Cleveland Browns. I'm wearing my Cleveland Browns orange today. It can happen. Fairy tales can come true. It can happen to you if you're brown at heart.
Can happen. It can happen. Will it happen?
You're a disrespectful man.
We're just gonna have to wait and see after this podcast. If he crosses his fingers at any point during this episode, you know what's up, okay? I'm just saying, you know what's up, right?
To the folks at home, welcome. To the ones joining us for the first time, welcome. We do appreciate y'all rocking with us.
We love it.
On this terrific Tuesday when y'all getting it fresh off the press, but we still record on a SON Sunday.
SON Sunday.
To the YouTube, you can see our lovely faces. And to the folks listening, Spotify, Google Play, SoundCloud, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Podcast Addict, etc. Just search the Podical Sons in case you're listening to a friend's car or somewhere like that.
In case. And thank you for those who have subscribed already. If you are one of those subscribers, give us a rating. You know what I mean? Those ratings go a long way. Help us.
Yes, they do.
Get more. Get more exposed to the other podcast listeners that might not be aware of this show. So, you know what I mean? Give us a rating. Doesn't even matter if you rate us 0 or 1. A rating is still rating and it registers. I mean, hopefully
I prefer 5.
We want 5s.
I want 5.
I mean, be honest in your opinion. I mean, if you're rocking with us so far, they must like what we're doing, right?
Yeah,
I would assume.
Pretty much.
I would assume. All right.
Pretty much.
So that's it. And for those who haven't yet subscribed, what are you waiting for?
You can do that right now.
That's
Before we get into some things, how are you really doing today? How is the mental?
I've been home for about a week, just not doing anything, but just keeping myself busy. Not really the purge. Well, I mean, it has to do with microchips, so maybe it is the purge.
Michael, you talking about me? You talking about me? I got my army tick.
Well, I did have to stop work because there was a shortage. I don't know where all the microchips went.
It's in my arm. We'll get to that. Before we get into some real stuff, whatever. I was just singing that Good Girl Bad Guy track. It's an old DMX track.
Okay.
I think the girl's name Dime. And it had me thinking the other day, too. I was like, good girls like bad guys.
Yes.
Bad guys, screw that. All guys like bad girls.
Yeah.
The good girls don't get no love like that?
No, good girls get love, too.
They get love like that? Like, how much?
See, the good girls, they get love in the later stage in life.
So what, when dudes are tired?
Dude, when they realize, I kind of need the good girl to kind of hold shit down. Not saying that some of these bad girls out here can't hold shit down, but
like, all right, I remember I had a conversation with a dude, and this dude said, he's like, nothing like head from a girl that has daddy issues. So if she's already kind of semi-broken, he's like,
right.
The sex might be a little bit better. You agree?
Might be a little bit better.
You agree?
I don't know.
Who would you rather have sex with? A bad girl or a good girl? Now, good girl, I mean like holy roller church girl. She give it up to you. She probably really like you to kind of catch that fornication charge from the Lord.
Yeah.
And then you had the bad girl and stuff, whatever, that she's like, no morals, no scruples.
Scruples?
Everything kind of goes.
We always want the no scruples, everything.
So you want the bad girl then?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with a bad girl, but there's nothing wrong with a good girl either. You know what I mean? It's like,
I don't know if good girls give good head though.
see, that's where you be wrong. That's where you be wrong.
I guess they probably learned it in the later part in the life, or the bad girls who reform good girls.
Either or, and then you just have the good girls who just are really good at everything they put their mind to.
Okay, I see that. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
So good girls come with a prayer, and bad girls come with a prenup.
But I mean, you gotta go through a few bad girls to appreciate the good girl.
I think that's people in general, though.
Yeah,
I
in
think there's
general.
some people they luck up with with the luck of the Irish.
Yeah.
like they get that thing, like the high school sweetheart people. Those ones, the
Right,
ones that like
right.
I've never dated no one but my significant other, and
Yeah.
those type of people like they're like the lotto winners.
Yeah,
They can't expect to win the lotto
that doesn't
or
happen.
any other gifts and stuff in the world.
That doesn't happen on regular.
Exactly.
Right, yeah.
Because of they struck it gold. They struck gold at that first mark, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like a lot of times that they just, like, I want to say the reform ones, they're on that course to reform. Remember that? I don't know if you remember that Black Mirror. You ever seen that Black Mirror where like the guy and the girl, they were together, and then they it's kind of like the bus the device thing.
I don't think I've seen that one.
So it was like one where like they pressed the device, and when they triggered off and stuff, it was kind of like they were dating, and then the thing would put an expiry on their relationship.
On a relationship.
So when he pressed it on her side and his side at the same time, and it
Yeah.
kind of put an expiry in the relationship.
Okay.
He went through shit relationship after shit relationship after shit relationship
Right.
before he ended up striking gold, and
Okay.
she went through hell of a dirtbags. I want to say like you seen like there's one part where she dated the first guy and she kind of semi enjoyed the sex.
Yeah.
And then she was with the guys after guys after guys. She was just laying there like with her head turned, just catching a stroke, whatever, right? So I was looking like, yikes. But in order for flowers to grow, it has to rain.
It has to rain. It's okay. We know that it has to rain in order for flowers to go.
Right.
Right. And for men, right?
Mhm.
We'll go through a whole bunch of women that are bad for us,
Mhm.
but still go out and look for that good woman, right? We're
You think so? Okay, go ahead. I'm assuming where you going.
no,
with it.
we're on when it's the other way around.
Mhm.
A woman will have maybe 3 or 4 like bad relationships with men, and then write men off completely,
Yeah.
and
You're
be
right.
like, "There's no good men out there." But
You're
men
right, you're right, you're
men
right.
never think
Absolutely.
that way. Men never think that way.
That's very true. We don't think like that. Cause kind of like, you shit relationship after shit relationship. You like, oh my gosh, I can't be with these women. I'm gonna be single forever. They're like, no, I hate women. No man said no straight man ever.
Said no straight man ever.
Yeah, pretty much. You be like, damn, I gotta find me a new one.
Damn.
A better one.
It's just around the corner. She's just around the corner.
Another one's like, the women like, no, this is why they make vibrators. I'm celibate. No, you selling a bit for some bullshit. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that. Yo, so I had wanted to tell you that, so for the folks that don't know, it's not only me with the prolific stuff and him with the bullshit. He has his prolific moments at times.
Time and time again.
At times.
Yeah.
But people write me off as the ultimate dirtbag, so they think anything profound and everything, that's all you.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But
I mean, I'll take it.
yeah, you hit up the people and stuff on the social medias. No, not even all social medias. That's why you're an asshole.
Yeah.
You hit people off on the Instagram and the Facebook on like your words of encouragement to the masses to kind of, shed a little light and everything. And
Right.
it has a little, I want to say it doesn't have a little, that's disrespecting you. It had a nice ripple effect or residual
Yeah.
from what you said to like people that we know that will follow us on those particular platforms.
Right.
And then to a person who end up getting to it. Like by the time you folks hear this, I will repost what he said in my story, so you
Yeah.
can get the link and stuff, and then you can see it on my on Instagram, because the only social media I have. But I mean, when I was looking at it, when somebody came at me and stuff, and they're like, yeah, some people need to like really stay in their lane because, they're trying to do the most.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? So I was saying stuff, I'm like, yo, I don't know if you can regurgitate it off memory
Yeah, you know what? It's funny because it was really based. The feelings what was really based off of a conversation that we had like the day before,
Right.
and I just woke up, with that feeling that I had to get out, and the reason why it wasn't on all social medias is because I was literally just
In a moment.
in a moment, and
Gotcha.
IG was open, so I just went and I just did an IG post. Now the funny thing is that IG's tied to Facebook, so it just automatically
Right, right.
posted it.
Gotcha.
So that's how it ended
Gotcha.
up on Facebook.
Okay.
But really and truly, you turn on social media, and it's not just a nowadays thing, but I think it's more prevalent nowadays, where everybody's just trying to be like that next person. And I'm like, if we're all trying to be one person, where does the individuality come in, right? And if we're all trying to be like, let's say, for instance, a rapper, what happens when we need a doctor? You know what I mean? Where's all the doctors at? And it just really goes back to, another conversation that what we had, where people don't take the time out to find out who they really are
Absolutely.
and what they really should be doing. They just instantly see somebody who might be having success in a particular field doing a particular thing and say, hey, I can do that. I want to do that. And automatically want to go ahead and do that and be that.
But it's the social media aspect, right?
Right.
And then that's part of the thing where we spoke about that situation with the conversation we had prior to the day before you making the post.
Yes.
And it's like social media gives people, I want to say, like I said, it's a highlight reel of a person's life. You've never seen nobody post anything about past due bills,
Right.
cleaning toilets, real
Right,
shit.
right, yeah.
Whatever, right? It's just like entertainment, and this is what I can look like in the best of like resume shit.
Right, exactly.
And when I look at it a lot of times, I'm like, you're absolutely right. Like it comes down to where people just chasing something. Like I don't know you. I'll see you and everything, and you're living your day-to-day life. This is
Living
your
the day-
normal life.
Normal life.
Things that you normally do and everything like that. Say if I want to I come here and I play with the drum machine and everything like that. It'd be
Yeah.
like, I could produce beats. It ain't that easy. It is not that easy.
It's not that easy. And you come in here with the thoughts of you can produce beats, but maybe you're really supposed to be a writer. And you never even
Took the time
took the
to
time to even to say that, because by the time I'm making beats, I'm looking around, I'm saying to myself, damn, I wish I had a writer who could write stuff
Right.
to my beats. See, that's the other part of the equation. What people miss out on is that you could be offering something, or you potentially could be offering something that people are missing out on. So that's when I said, if you look at this as one big giant puzzle, right? And each puzzle piece is a unique piece that fits a unique spot, right? And nobody else or no other piece can fit that spot. What happens? There's no cohesiveness
True.
at that section of the puzzle because it's missing a piece. Meanwhile, you have 10, 15, 20 pieces
Yeah,
trying to fit in a spot over there that's only designed for one person.
Yeah. Hey, but people don't look at like the
People don't look at it like that.
No.
And I had to get that out. And while I got that out, the message, it resonated with a few people. That they thanked me. They said they needed it. And it's just like I said, it was just something I felt compelled to just say something, because I feel like people need to hear that it's okay being yourself. It really is okay being yourself. And as yourself, you have something to offer. Don't let nobody else fool you and tell you different.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. I think we a lot of people, they come with like like you are your own worst enemy, and they feel like they're never good enough,
Right. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So because they feel like they're not good enough, this is when they start chasing other things that might be good for someone else. But that person had their own, I don't want to say struggle, that's a bad word, but I want to say their own journey.
Yeah.
Their own journey to get where they needed to be to become who they are.
become who they are.
right? So that's how I look at it and everything. So
I mean, we say it all the time, especially with the artists that we watch, right? Like we're seeing the end results. We're looking at it as the beginning of somebody's career,
right,
but we're actually seeing
step 7, 8, 9, 10.
exactly.
Like we're not seeing 1 to 6.
You're not seeing 1 to 6,
Absolutely.
right? You're just seeing those later steps where they finally are able to be recognized for all that hard work that they put in, right? Now you have rappers or wannabe rappers looking at people who put that time in. You know what I mean? Maybe for some, maybe 5-6 years in.
Right.
All of a sudden, they feel like they can do it in a month, 2 months, because they got money and they can buy the equipment and, but you know what I mean, pay for studio time. Like
And record and look
record.
pretty. Record and look pretty.
Record and look pretty.
Because I mean, they're like most people have their device and stuff in their hand. I got my phone in my hand, but like I said, most people have their device and stuff on deck,
yeah,
right? So it's kind of like, all right, I'm about to write these bars and stuff, and then they just like, wait, let me turn on Instagram Live. I know a few people I went to school with or in the surrounding area, X, Y, and Z. Let me show off my could be possible talents.
could be possible talent.
But and then they think that right there automatically trajects them to step 5 when you're still at step 1.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Cocaine's
Yeah,
a hell of a drug.
because my music is playing on the same platform that Jay-Z music is playing.
Right.
I'm validated. I'm somehow validated.
Yeah. Yo, you notice that shit? Like a lot of people will stuff with them like, yo, I'm on Spotify.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's cool. I'm like, because I was telling somebody, I'm like, whether contrary to what I believe or not, we are content creators.
Yes.
We are content
We are.
creators, showing proof. You know what I'm saying? Big dog stuff. I gotta say it with my chest. I tell you,
That's
that
what
big
we
dog
are.
stuff.
We are content
We are
creators.
content creators and everything. And now, one person might have, let's say, not to disrespect them, but let's say they have 2 songs.
Yeah.
They come into the world on, let's say Spotify, for example. They come into the world of Spotify with their 2 songs.
Yes.
When you have somebody that they might know locally or probably next door and stuff like that who has like 2 albums
Yeah. Yeah.
on their Spotify.
Yeah.
I'm like, why do you think your 2 songs and stuff will outbeat this person's work ethic because you just only have 2 songs? Ooh, you're scary. Miss me with that.
Miss me with that.
So,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
It's like it somehow it feels like it validates them. You got a lot of listen. We have a lot of people in the arts and entertainment world that are neither artists or entertainers.
Absolutely.
We have a lot of people in the podcast world who are not podcasters.
True.
Hopefully, all those things will be weeded out. And once we get outside again, everything will be back to normal.
Regular scheduled program. All right.
All right.
So, first question. Does social media make you antisocial? We spoke about that. You said no. I said yes. And the people have spoken. 71% said yes.
Yes.
Like I said, it's that safety net feeling and stuff that like, yo,
Yeah.
I've spoken to Smooth.
Yeah.
We've never spoken over the phone, but you did a post, an inspirational post,
Right.
to the masses.
Yeah.
Your words resonated with me.
I
so
liked
somebody,
it.
yeah, I
And I
liked
liked
it.
it.
I liked
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, I spoke to Smooth. He's good. He was
Yeah.
giving inspirational talk the other day and everything. Did you really? Did you really?
Did you speak to some?
Did
you pick up
speak-
the phone?
Did you pick up the phone?
Make that call.
Did you see him on FaceTime? Nah.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, do you spend more than 3 hours a day on social media, like all the platforms? Include WhatsApp, IG, Facebook, the Twit, what else? Pinterest. I don't know if you fuck with Pinterest like that.
No, not really a Pinterest guy. No.
And Reddit. Like there's platforms out here
I would say
a day. More than 3 hours a day.
no. I would say probably close to maybe to the 2 hours.
Maybe 2 hours?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I feel like I spend like probably no. I realized that with salute
Because
to
you can.
Apple.
Yeah, Apple's
with
got
the managed thing and stuff,
Yeah.
whatever. There's some days I might only do like an hour and 15 on social medias.
Right.
And there's some days I think the lowest I seen was like 29 minutes.
Yeah.
I'll be busy.
It's
We're content creators.
it's funny. Okay. I had this one post today that I read. And it was basically saying the same thing about people wasting time, not being productive, but just basically on social media
Woo!
all
Church. Preach.
day. So I jumped in with an angry face, right? And I'm like, and they said something else, and I was like, get it? And it was like, yeah, I know the message was for you because I know your husband, but these people just make me so. And then she just got mad. It's like
Hulk smash.
Hulk smash, and it's like by the tone of the conversation was like somebody must have commented on whatever it was that she was doing and so forth like that. And she's like, yo, like how could you possibly commenting? I'm out here doing things. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Besides sitting there and just commenting. And
Everyone's a critic.
the times where I go and I'll check my social media stuff, like how the posts are doing. And the timeline will be like littered with people who are just posting just utter nonsense. And I'm like, utter nonsense to me, but entertain. Okay, I shouldn't say other nonsense.
I'm about to
right?
say, I'm with the shits.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, yeah, you're with the shits. I'm with the shits too, right? But we're not gonna spend a day posting 10 in the shits.
Oh, no.
20 in the shits. And like when I'm on my timeline, I see people like that. I'm like, yo. And I start like, do you work?
I asked the same thing.
I'm like, how do you have the time?
I asked the same question too.
Like, how do you have the time? Like, I don't get it.
I asked the same question. I got to give the thug claps. I asked the same question too. I'm like,
I don't get it.
Y'all don't work. Like, what does your job consist of? Like, for you to have your phone searching through fucking memes, like searching through memes or photos and everything, and creating these things, or copying memes, reposting. I'm like, what are you doing in a day?
I have to schedule my posts around my work schedule.
Fam, the thing I was talking about, you know what killed me?
Yeah.
I created the meme. The meme that went up yesterday on Saturday.
Right.
To the folks at home, it went up on Saturday.
And
right?
my apologies. As we finish today, the 5 minutes of sun will go up. This is what I'm saying. Like sometimes things get so because we just have life.
We have
like
shit
like
to do.
this. The podcast itself, no fares. Every Tuesday before noon. That's the commitment that sticks. That's gonna stick. Ain't nothing rocking that.
Right.
But everything else, like if it wavers, it's because we focus on a lot of shit. Like we're not social media people.
Yeah, we have our hands into like so many other things. It's like a tarantula or something like that. Like so many legs and stuff to do this, that, and the third, and all the above. And plus, we're like a 2-man squad.
Right.
So we had to cover a lot of ground.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, barely have time to search because even I got cussed one day from like a woman.
Yeah.
She sent me a message and stuff on social media. I said, oh, baby girl, this is not going to pop. Like, here's my number. Get at me. Right? She sent a message like, oh, it got busy. I meant to get at you and stuff. I'm like, no, you're still messaging me through Instagram.
Yeah.
I don't have that time. The luxury is that in the morning time when I wake up, while I'm drinking my tea, gathering my thoughts, I might have that little bit of leeway time before I hop in the shower and just keep it moving.
Smash it out real quick.
And then going towards the ending of the day. Because she's like, yeah, I noticed that you were on social media for like 15 hours. I got shit to do. How much time are you on social media for?
They're posting, I'm like, yo, some of these memes they posting is fire, but I'm like, yo, when do they have time to research all these fire memes that they're posting?
I don't even know what to tell you. And then people take pride in these names and stuff as like meme god or meme lord. and everything and stuff. I'm like, yo, you just live to swim through memes and stuff to like post and repost memes. I was like, that's it.
That's it.
I was like, what do you get out of that? I don't know. Like,
I
do
don't
you get
it.
paid for that? Like, because if that's the thing, that I can understand that.
Yeah.
But you're in a heavy competing pool.
But this is what I'm saying.
Like, that pool is oversaturated on just Instagram. That's not including Facebook.
Oh,
Not including Twitter.
Forget about it.
Yeah, the other places.
Yeah, forget about it. And the fact of the matter is, unless you're generating your own memes,
Yeah.
you're not getting paid for reposting other people's memes.
No.
No.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I take time to go through and try to generate our own thing. Because I try to, if I have an idea, like how I might want to make a meme, because, I got the meme maker.
Right.
And I'm like, you know what? Let me see if they have this. And then I'll search like that with like the imagery. And I'm like, I see the image, but I don't see it as a meme. Or I might see another kind of image that might be similar, but it's still not the meme. That I'm like, all right, let me do it. Let me stamp it. And I remember before I used to put the at Podical Sons on the lower piece.
Right.
And then motherfuckers would come in and crop that piece off and just keep it moving with it. I was like, I did that. Thank you.
The one thing I want Meme Maker to do is to be able to use, like, say if we have like see how we have the PS logo?
Yeah.
If they would allow you to use that as a watermark.
Possible. It might be.
Because then you can, you know what I mean? Because, dude, I crop out the little Memomatic made by Memomatic.
Yeah.
I crop that shit out at the bottom. I was like, yo, it's, you know what I mean? It's clean on my shit.
Man, I throw that bitch up. I throw it like at Podical Sons right in the mix of that.
Right in the mix.
Like,
yeah,
like,
you got.
You need
to.
to.
You gotta.
I'm like, yeah. I'm like,
you gotta surgically remove.
I'm like,
this.
if you surgically remove
You
this,
gotta
whatever. I'm like, yo,
surgically
you
remove
worked
this.
hard to
Yeah,
steal
yeah,
this
yeah.
shit.
You can have it.
Good. You can have it.
You can have it at that
You
point.
owned it. You owned it. Like, yo.
But I mean, but just like Marv was saying, he's creating those memes. Could you imagine if that one person who sat down every day searching for memes to repost, if they just took the time and recreated fire memes? Because companies are paying people to make memes.
See, I didn't know that.
To make memes is a job. Like some of those people on IG who have like the big memes, some of them are actually making those memes and then being paid to make those memes. But then you have other people who are just all day they just scroll, like repost, scroll, and that's it. I'm like,
Yo, my next question to you is about social media. Like, can social media cause young people to hurt themselves?
yeah, I think so.
Like, they had that Tide Pod challenge. It's kind of like, let's say if the kids were doing dumb shit before. I know when we were younger, we did dumb shit.
Yeah.
But we never had cameras and stuff out and about. Like, if we're just jumping straight out of a tree, I can jump from this branch. That's some shit you can hurt yourself on. But now it's on record now. And then it's kind of somebody, you do it in Toronto and somebody in Kansas City wants to do the same thing.
I mean, perfect example of monkey see, monkey do, right?
Right. The Tide Pod challenge, like the cinnamon challenge, planking. Look at the kid who died from planking on the building.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And I feel like even like suicide.
Yeah.
Because those things hold some weight. They hold some heavy weight.
Oh, cyberbullying is a big big thing.
So I feel like I'm not underestimating these kids out here, but I feel like they come to a point where they don't know the weight and the gravity of certain type of actions and certain type of things that they'll do. So, they might say, Smooth, you're a dirtbag. Smooth, you're a bastard. Smooth, you're this. Smooth, you're that, whatever.
Yeah.
And you're young. And when you're young, you're very impressionable and your mind is not developed yet.
Right.
So you tend to take certain things and stuff to heart.
Yeah.
Like, back in our day, they had sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me.
Yeah.
But these kids and these words and stuff, they hurt. And because their brains are not mature enough to handle it.
Right.
Then that's one thing. And the other aspect and stuff is that in school, you can get that bully or such and such transferred to like another room.
Yeah.
Another classroom, and then you might not see that bully all day. But this bully will come after you on cyber style and stuff through the platforms and just get at you.
You raised a good point. Do you think part of the problem is that we're able to control the bullying situation in school, right?
Mm-hmm.
In a school setting, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we're not able to control it online. Now, here where I'm going with this.
Okay.
If you're bullied, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's two things are going to happen, right? You're either going to become a victim of it,
Yeah.
or you're gonna defend yourself from it, right?
Right.
So in high school, a lot of kids were bullied, but a lot of kids learned how to defend themselves from it,
Yeah.
right? So now, when you take away that bullying aspect, which is good,
Mm-hmm.
you took it away from school, right? So now there's no bullying going on in the schools, right?
Right.
A kid who may have developed thick skin in school
Mm-hmm.
has not developed that thick skin in school. He comes online now
With no
where
thick
it's
skin.
free for all. There's nobody to govern anything, right? There's
Right.
nobody to protect him from that other person who's on the other end, and that other end just starts berating him. Something or that him or she has never ever experienced or not even been used to. Do you think that could be a possible cause of why we're seeing
Absolutely.
a bigger raise?
Absolutely.
Because to me, like, sure, I got picked on a couple of times in school,
Yeah.
but I was the type of person that, you know what I mean, I stood up for myself.
Right.
And after a while, you start to notice the bullies. After a while, you start to say they're just shooting their mouth off. But if you never experienced that, I'm pretty sure the first few times around that it happens is going to affect you.
Right. Because, like, all right, it's exactly what you said, but it's exactly that. Like, we, as an older generation, we're looking at these kids like these kids are soft.
Right.
And everybody's so sensitive. And we live in victim culture because
Right.
we've taken away that bullying aspect
Right.
where they were never taught to kind of defend themselves, develop the tough skin to be able to stand up to the bullies.
Yes.
So now you're just throwing them straight into the fray. Like, I couldn't even imagine, let's say, you know what I always think about, like, when it came to bullying, is it a hermaphrodite kid, the I Am Jazz, like the TV show? I think it's born with
think
both
so, yeah,
parts.
I think so.
I'm like, one, you're putting this little kid's life, I don't know, the kids might be like 18 or adult now, whatever, but
Right.
I want to say you put this kid's life at that time on TV.
Yes.
On TV and stuff with her. And we know like the TV life comes with an extra easy 30,000 followers on whatever the fucking platform it might be.
Right.
And now you have this hermaphrodite child. They may be able to avoid the bullying and stuff from school because cameras are there, the day-to-day life.
Yes.
But that ain't stopping that one kid that wake up 2:00 in the morning, whatever. You got a dick and a pussy at the same damn time, you know, calling
No.
you Mr. and Mrs. same damn time, or you know what I'm saying?
No.
And I'm like, that's only one person.
Exactly.
You got to multiply that by like, you know, hate stress faster than love.
Exactly.
So that's something I'm like, how are they teaching this child to kind of hold their own against this one? I'm like, you can block oh so much. Fuck, I can block you, and you have 4 other accounts to come attack me with.
Exactly. But this is exactly what I'm saying. It's like at some point you have to confront this.
You have to
person.
confront the monster.
You have to confront the monster.
You have to confront the monster. You're right. Like from like Harvey Weinstein and all that type of stuff. Like these people, you have to confront the monster.
Yeah.
Sooner than later.
Yeah.
Because the sooner you do it, the faster everything is over.
Yeah.
And they don't do that. And then this thing has the residual effect where you got these young trans kids, or these kids being trans or gay kids, like kids that are, I want to say, quote unquote, not the typical norm, whatever the norm might be.
Right. Right.
They don't fit in that norm category and stuff, whatever. Let's say not even have to be a jock, but just a regular kid.
Yeah.
And then you have the anime nerd.
Yeah.
You have the anime nerd. They're calling him nerd, weeb, dweeb, all those type of things. I don't know what the kind of new words they use. I'm an old man now.
I was about to say you're dating
I'm
yourself
an old
with those
man.
terms.
Yeah. No, I'm embracing my age, you know. Got a few gray hairs in the mix.
All right, it's good.
But
It's all good.
they go at it like that to them. And I mean, these kids, they just don't take it to the chin.
Yeah.
they're not getting any stronger, taking nothing to the chin. And then they come to the suicidal point. And then that's the scary thing about it too, is that
Yeah.
you're having, I'm saying we're both kids, and let's say they're bullying me so much that I'm feeling sad. I want to go take my life, and you follow me or you're my friend.
Right.
And you see, oh, Marv's on thing. And like the little girl hung herself in front of her house
Yeah.
on Facebook Live.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's horrendous.
It's insane. When you think about it.
14.
When you think about it.
That's what I'm like, my next thing to you is like, should there be a age limit on social media? Now I know like when it came to porn back in the day,
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I'm the first person and stuff for that. Are you 18? I'm like 14 years old. Yeah, bitch. Click yes. And I'll bypass it.
I'm pretty sure the majority of us have gotten into places or into things that we probably weren't of age to be experimenting or
Right.
getting into at some point in our lives.
Right.
Right. I don't expect the goody two shoe kid not to at least try to push that limit once as far as age is concerned.
But do you think there should be an age limit to these things? Not even just porn, but even like the weight of the gravity of Facebook, of Instagram, like these memes, like, you know, they might be a little too much. Like you have harmless stuff, and then, but you can't really filter harmless and everything through like the app itself.
Yeah, but because for the age thing, it's like you said, it's gonna be hard to reinforce. What I think they, opposed to having an age restriction or uh an age segmented internet, just educate, man. You just more education. Just like dealing
true.
dealing with social media should be a course. That should be a
Yeah,
course.
like, you know, like back in the day they had computer classes.
Yeah.
They need a course like that instead of, you know, like sex ed.
Yeah.
Tech ed.
Exactly.
Like a tech ed, like to hit the kids
Exactly.
on. But the kids, they're not having a course like that.
Not only that, they should have that. Also, if you're gonna have physical education as a course, you should have mental education as a course as well. That should be a component. How to take care of your mentality.
I keep it real. Keep it real. In the ideal world, that would slap, because I think that would shape out a lot of different type of adults.
Yeah.
Like when they come of age, it would shape out to be different type of adults.
I mean, dude, we had this emphasis to keep our body fit, but there was no emphasis on how to keep your mind sane. You know what I mean? How to not let things affect you.
Right.
Like some people have to learn that. You know what I mean? For people are just natural, but other people would have to learn that. So it would be nice if they've learned that at an early stage. So then later on in life, they don't have to feel the pressures and want to kill themselves.
So you think the school should teach that, or the parents or the parental figures should teach that?
I think it should be the schools. I think it should be mandated.
Gotcha.
I think it should be mandated. And the reason why I say it should be the schools, because we can't expect parents to know all the facets of mental health. So at least in a school setting,
You have
a
professionals.
professional teacher. You have a teacher that has.
I was
gone through
trying
the
to see
course.
I was just trying
Yeah.
to get where you were going with
Yeah.
it, whatever. Because I was like, nah. But you're right though, because there's certain things and stuff where I felt like my parents, or my parental figure, my mom,
Right.
like certain things would kind of bypass her because she knows her way, and it's not from a professional
Exactly.
standpoint. It's kind of like School of Hard Knocks type of POV.
Right. And I mean, by the nature of just being family and them wanting us to be better than how they're gonna give us these little tidbits,
Right.
what they've learned. You know what I mean? Well, how to stay mentally focused. You know what I mean? They're gonna give us what they had developed growing up. It might have not been passed down to either, but they're coping mechanisms. Whatever they had learned as far as a coping mechanism, they're gonna give that to us, right? But it's still not something that's going to work in every situation.
True.
Because it's not a clinical thing. It's a personal case by case thing. Whereas if you get a professional who study cases of different issues, many ways of dealing with certain situations, that person is more adept at teaching.
You know what? The funny thing too is that so many things ran through my mind when you were saying it because I look at it like you don't have to have a shrink at the school.
No, you don't
You can
have to have a
It's like those counselors, like those counselors, not like a guidance counselor. Like guidance counselors oh so much,
Oh, so much, yeah.
but I want to say like a counselor and stuff that just goes through and just would give like a classroom of like let's say 20
Yeah.
when we get back to like I guess the quote unquote type of norm, type of setting where they let them know, like, you know, these are the things we're gonna talk about today. If you feel any type of way and stuff, don't hesitate to like, you know, DM me or one-on-one. And then, you know, if some people are brave enough to raise their head and speak
During
about
class
something,
time, yeah.
it could be like that one person is brave enough to say it, but the rest of the 19 is thinking the same exact thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now it's a situation where that one person doesn't feel alienated no more.
Right.
Right? Now it's like, oh shit. It's okay. It's okay that I feel like this.
Yeah.
I'm not the only person who feels like this.
Right.
You know what I mean? A lot of times when people are in despair and about to take them lives, it's because they feel like shit.
No one
I'm
else-
the only
yeah,
person.
the
Nobody
only
else
one.
knows this.
Right. That's good. Okay. Let's get on to the other question. So the other question we poll: should we hold our idols responsible for the actions of their followers? 81% said no.
Yeah.
Y'all on cocaine, because if that was the case, y'all
Yeah.
want to be blaming Trumpet for this shit.
Are they blaming Trumpet?
They're blaming Trumpet for inciting the mob. It's the same thing with Hitler. Like I said,
Yeah.
Hitler was a painter.
Yeah.
Hitler was an artist. He actually killed 2 people.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Fuhrer killed 2 people.
But I mean, I think we did agree last week when we were talking about, you know, him during the speech when Biden asked him if he had told the Proud Boys to stand down. If he had firmly said stand down at that point, we agreed that we probably wouldn't see the situation that we had seen.
Right.
On
That's what I'm saying.
6th.
We were saying yes, but the
Right.
people are saying no, but yet they're still blaming Trump
Right.
for that. So I looked at it and I'm like, okay, so if Beyonce dropped the album and stuff like this is her final album, and when the last track plays, everybody jump off their roofs. And people jump off their roofs. We holding Beyonce accountable for these kids jumping off their
You
roofs?
can't hold Beyonce responsible for that.
Why not? She's inciting suicide.
Is she really though? Is she really inciting suicide? Or is she acting a part? Is she? You know what I mean? It's like it's such a fine line when you talk about artists themselves.
Yeah.
It's such a fine line when you talk about artists because we know artists get paid for being other people, presenting other personas, and a lot of times giving you a fantasy that, you know, for the most part is not real. So whatever comes out of their mouth, you can't take it with a grain of salt unless it's going to be like a personal story that they're
Because you have a working, functional brain. Okay? When Usher came out with Confessions, motherfuckers was after him. You cheated on Chili. I can't believe you cheated on Chili.
But
Why would you do that?
and it's
He's
so
like,
funny.
Jermaine Dupri wrote the song. It was just the song he wrote.
And it's so funny because what's the difference between Usher, right, and Jackie Collins?
Who the fuck is a Jackie Collins?
She one of those hot, steamy romance novel writers.
Okay, yeah, okay. I know what you're talking about. The name's I seen in my head. I see the books with the name on it,
Yeah.
or whatever. The Harley Quinns.
Right.
Yeah,
You know she never slept with the main character of chapter 1.
yeah.
You know she didn't sleep with him. It's the book. It's her thoughts. It's written on paper. It's fiction. These songs are fiction, people. Now, what Trump might be saying out there, some people are taking it as
Disinfect
fact.
yourself with some bleach.
People are taking it as fact.
I'm like, I never heard about like the bleach deaths go up and nothing like that. When my man said disinfect yourself with bleach and all that type of
I heard
stuff.
a
But
bleach, but I hear about
I
bleach
never
killing,
heard
right?
anything like that. So I'm like, people in sound and mind took it upon themselves to say, no, I'm not doing this dumb shit.
Right.
I can't control how people want to feel. Like I can't control how people feel
Yeah.
unless you bring it to me directly. If I'm not speaking to you directly, how the hell am I supposed to know how you feel? Right?
Yeah.
As much as like if I even have somebody filtering through like my platforms, like my social medias or my emails and everything like that, I still don't know directly how you feel. You might say, "Dear ass face, how dare you?" You know, a Greta Gunberg voice. You know, how dare you?
I think in the next lifetime, you and Greta are gonna get together.
Nah, dog.
Yeah, I think so.
Nah,
I
dog.
think so.
No,
Yeah, I mean, you do her so perfectly that. How do you? So it's like you. I mean, you sure?
No, I'm positive.
positive?
I'm positive. I think if me and Greta was ever to be at the same age in the next lifetime, whatever, I definitely will have to step out that relationship ASAP.
I think what people need to understand is Trump embodies an idea that was already there.
That's valid.
He's not coming. He's not bringing anything new to the table.
That's so damn true.
He just
You already felt like that.
you are a majority of these people.
He's just giving you
felt
theme
like
music
that.
and a motivation to it.
Exactly. He's just a mouthpiece to an action. That's it.
Well played. Well played. Well played. Yo, well fucking played. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
You're
All these thoughts and
absolutely right.
ideologies, it was already there.
was already there.
already there.
It's already there. Because if when the man came out and said Mexicans are drug dealers and rapists and everything, and for people like, yeah, you're saying yeah because you've thought that already.
You thought that already.
Already, you've thought that.
Yeah.
But you're like, same thing with the kids in the classroom. Finally, I'm not the only one that thinks like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. America already had the problem. It's like, you know what I mean? It's America already had the problem. Trump just exposed it. That's all.
Valid. Very, very, very
That's
true.
all.
Salute to Trump, by the way. First president ever in history to be impeached twice. Two times.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yo, when you're great, it's like when you're great, you're great. I have this chick at work. She's a legit like Trump supporter, and I was like,
Yeah.
but you're Canadian.
You had to whisper it to her.
Yeah. I had to,
Because
I was like,
it's like the loud talk wasn't getting through, so maybe if you whispered it would kind of
yeah,
sneak past the defenses.
I was like, but you're Canadian. She's like, yeah, but do you follow his policies? I'm like, no. But you know the things that he got? I'm like, yeah, it's called whitehouse.org. It'll tell you yay or nay to the things that he does.
Yeah.
His actual work.
Yeah.
I know that. She's like, oh, so you know. And you're not still for Trump? I'm like, are you high at work? I just want to make sure before I give you any kind of response. She's like, no. I'm like, pleasure talking to you. I'm going to go this way. Bye-bye. I'm like, fuck it. Hey,
You have all walks of life that support Trump. It is what it is.
but as I'm saying, even like these followers to say capture and assassinate at an inauguration,
Yeah.
and it's out there on social media platforms.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Is it I was in here last week telling people to go Google militias, right?
Yeah, you were. That's absolute. Yeah.
I was here last week telling people Google militias if you think they play.
Yeah. It ain't over till it's over. Yo, okay, so minus Trump, who's responsible for heavy security at the inauguration? Because I realized that they kind of said, fuck him. They went to the mayor
Yeah.
of D.C.
Yeah.
And I heard they're shutting down like a mall that's not too far from there. You see National Guard, they taking naps
Yeah.
in the
Oh,
Capitol and stuff like
Oh, yeah.
that now.
They got checkpoints. So if you're driving in, you got to go through a checkpoint.
Like, so we never really needed the president for the security aspect.
Well, this is what I didn't understand the first time around for January 6th when they were saying, well, how come the president didn't have National Guard or security at, the White House? Or
Bingo.
something? I'm like,
Bingo.
but I'm like,
You didn't need the president to do all
Yeah, I
of
was
this,
like-
this preparation now.
as far as as far as I understood, the president don't take care of that stuff. that is, you know what I mean, security detail.
Homeland security type of stuff.
Yeah, that's security detail. He's gotta assess the threat before it happens and then make sure that they're properly prepared for the president's not even supposed to be having even concern about that.
yeah. I don't know. I look at like the thoughts. So when I was doing research, I got into like some rabbit hole, and I don't like.
Look at you! Look at you! You go down you do research and go down rabbit holes.
Yeah, we getting scared. Remember last time and stuff? I was in that situation about what toxic femininity.
Yeah.
And there's like, no, it doesn't exist. And I was like, where am I going? And I just kept going and going. I was like, I shouldn't be here. I was like, the FBI agent's probably watching me like, yo, back out, back out. So when I was seeing some stuff, I was like, I ended up in a place where like, I guess the MAGA people will recruit. I was there sweating bullets and stuff, and I was like, let me turn on my VPN real quick.
Put that VPN right on.
Yeah. And I was like,
yeah.
yikes. And in there, like in the, I guess the form that I was in,
Right.
it was kind of like an entry level to say, we have to like
They gotta
trial
vet- we
you
gotta
out,
vet you.
vet you
We gotta
before you
vet
go
you.
any further
Right.
and everything like that. And I was like, MAGA for life, enter. I'll come back tomorrow and everything to see how far that might go.
Yeah.
But I was looking at it, I was like, they were saying so much on that entry level, like, you know, about this person, let's say Larry the Cable Guy, some random dudes and stuff, and they're trying to prove like valid points. I think he's trying to, there's a word for it. It's kind of like you're mixing in truth with your own lies.
Okay.
There's a word for it. It's skipping my mind. I'm thinking about the Browns right now. That's why. But fuck you, because you're like, I know in between.
Yeah,
Think
I'm
about the
still
Browns.
waiting for the finger crossing to happen during
Yeah.
the episode.
Scissors, peace sign. Leave me alone. But when I was seeing that, they were trying to educate, I guess, like the entry level for people and stuff to say like, this is why we rock with, you know, Agent
Right.
Orange,
Right.
and it's Trump for life and all this type of stuff. And I was like, oh, this is, and the detail was kind of like vast.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of vast. So I was like, who educates more, like social
Well, this-
media
well, this is what I'm
or
s-
schools?
And this is what I'm saying. It's like, and for it to be so vast,
Mm-hmm.
you got to know that this ideology was there before Trump.
Yes.
It couldn't have been. They couldn't have just said, "Oh, Trump is in office
Yes.
now. We're ready." Then, no, this manifesto was already there.
Yeah.
Trump is just in line with the ideology.
I seen Reagan and everything in there from like, because I think Reagan was the one that coined "Make America Great Again."
Right.
Right, so I was seeing all of that type of stuff. I was like, yeah, I shouldn't be here. Let me just back out. I think I'm done for life. Let me just leave. But it was just so crazy and stuff that it all started from like a social media hashtag to me end up getting into another place, and then so I'm like, yo, social media educates a lot of people, and much less we know personally like how many videos will go up about this is why COVID is fake or false, and people have their claim to fame and everything like that. But my thing, I always say, if you so valid about your shit, take it to a public place where you can be sued. Like, you know, freedom of speech isn't really freedom of speech.
Right. Right.
Because if you're saying some shit that might be falsified and you get sued for being falsified, I hope you keeping that same fucking energy, big boy or big girl. That's it, right? It's even like with the COVID let's talk. Let's talk about the COVID facts.
I'm here
You're
watching
curious.
I'm here watching you to see if you twitch during this whole this whole taping. But you haven't twitched yet, so I would think
Ladies,
we're good.
gentlemen, folks of the Rainbow Mafia, and black folks and everybody, etc. in between. I, Marvelous, has received the COVID vaccine, first dose.
He has, folks. And
Go ahead, talk
we
your
are
shit.
on YouTube, but for those who do listen to us in audio form, he still looks well. He does still look well. He looks no wear tear. No, you know what I mean. There's nothing growing. No extra limb or anything.
No.
Not that I can see because he is fully clothed.
You want me to strip? You want me to strip on camera?
That won't be necessary. I'll take your word for it. Any extremities growing from?
I don't got no horns popping off. See the forehead? You know,
So he's
got
good.
a little,
He looks good. He looks good.
I'm good. Let me say this. So, when I was doing it, well, all right. One, I work in healthcare.
Yes.
I work in healthcare. We have massive COVID outbreaks at my facility. I feel like if I'm gonna go into the battlefield constantly, I want to make sure I'm armed and prepared
Of course.
to deal with certain type of situations and everything like that.
Yeah.
You don't work in healthcare. I don't think you should, much as you don't operate and mingle with the masses and the populace. You're an
Right.
intelligent man.
Right.
So you and I, we operate together.
Yeah.
And I look at it and stuff as that a lot of people are selfish. They don't look at ecosystem. You are part of my ecosystem and stuff. If something was to happen to me, this might not go on. My son,
Right.
certain type of things within my ecosystem will be definitely affected if I'm
Right.
down
Yeah.
or, touch wood dead,
Yeah.
right? So I took those things into consideration as a factor and stuff as well. I said, let me just operate to a level where I ain't trying to be the first.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I have a few MDs, a few doctor friends and everything like that. I'm like, oh, y'all first in line? Yeah, go ahead. Just watch you for a week. So one of my doctor friends,
Yeah.
I was like, I think you're growing a third nipple. This was before I got mine.
Before you got yours.
I think you're growing a third nipple. He's like, well, fucking hell, Marv. You want me to take off my shirt? And lift up his shirt, and I looked. That's the first time I ever looked at a man's chest, waiting to see a man's chest. This face is normally happy to see a woman's chest,
Yeah.
but I was actually kind of waiting to see a man's chest.
The curiosity was good.
I was like,
Curiosity was good.
Curiosity killed a cat, but satisfaction brought it back.
Ah.
So I'm looking at him like, no, you still got two nipples. Okay, you
You
good. He's like, you were really looking at my nipples? Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I was. So we were laughing and everything. He's like, was that the reason why you didn't get it? Whatever. I'm like, yeah, it'd be kind of awkward if I'm laying down with a beautiful woman and then, she's used to going like, mwah, mwah.
Yeah.
And now she has to go, mwah, 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 to get all three of my nipples off. Rock hard,
All three of them love.
So it was a little bit much. So I thought about it. I was like, yo, let me just do this thing and give it a shot. I had an actual nurse practitioner and stuff who specializes in the respirology field.
Right.
She did my shot, and I had another doctor friend.
Yeah.
Kind of just monitor me and everything like that. Now, I feel like it was history in the making. I want to say on definitely for amongst my peoples.
Yeah.
I have a younger cousin who works in healthcare and stuff in Cleveland.
Okay.
He received his this past Monday.
Okay.
So I told him I was proud of him, the fact and everything, but he was scared to tell people.
Oh, why was he scared to tell people?
The ridicule and the heat.
The ridicule?
The ridicule and the heat
Yeah.
that comes with it and stuff with it, because he's like, another one of his coworker friends told people, like, oh, you got partial COVID, you're asymptomatic now, hashtag Illuminati, microchips and everything like that. So because his friend told him about that feedback,
Right.
he just told family and he kind of left it like that. So when I went for mines,
Yeah.
because he follows me on my social media, I took my selfie. I took a selfie and stuff when it was getting done, and I posted it and stuff, and I put it like I did it.
Yeah.
So, and he DM'd me and stuff. He's like, oh, you better. So I'm like, you are who you are. You do what you do.
Facts.
And I'm like, it's for you.
Yeah.
And he's engaged.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm like, you're protecting yourself and your fiance. Don't be ashamed and don't be afraid.
Nah.
I'm like, I have a platform.
Right.
They can come for me anytime. People come for me in my DM anytime.
Right.
People call it false, this, all the above to me and everything. I'm like, I don't give a shit. So I'm like, I'll stand true and I'll show you. Like, because I remember I seen a newscaster.
Right.
She doesn't wear glasses, but she wore glasses and stuff for her daughter.
Yeah.
She said her daughter will go to school without wearing a glass because she was afraid and shame.
Yeah.
And I felt like that was a beautiful thing. She made a step, an attempt to let her know, like, yo, don't be ashamed of who you are.
No.
And don't be ashamed of what you do. So that's why I posted it.
Yeah.
right? I didn't post it on the podcast side because it was more so for him and I. It was between us.
Right, right.
So I'm like, I would take the heat and ridicule and stuff, whatever that come with it,
Yeah.
to prove to him, to show him.
And just as well, because I don't want nobody coming to me and ask me when I'm taking it. Yeah, after you post it on podcast.
This guy.
Because I'd have been like, listen. Me and Marv, we planned this thing, okay? It's like, listen, one of us got to get it. That way.
We did speak about that, just like that.
One of
We
us
said,
gotta
yeah.
get it. You know what I mean? Just in case, if none of us get it and we get sick, then it's a bad thing.
That's a bad thing.
Right? If the two of us get it and we get sick,
And we
it's a
both get
bad
the
thing.
bucket.
It's
That's
a bad thing. So
thing.
yeah, I mean, so
One.
half and half.
One.
You get 50% chance that you still receive a Podical.
In the
Sun
words of
show.
Enrique Iglesias, I can be your hero, Joseph. So yeah, I did that.
You're one of probably, I want to say, 5 family members now that I know who have gotten the needle. And like you, a majority of them actually work within the field. So listen, you're on the line of fire, man. We don't expect firemen to run into a burning building without
Without the equipment,
without
without the
the
hose, without the axe, all that.
at the end of the day. What you're going to do for your peace of mind.
Absolutely.
Listen, man. It doesn't matter what I think. It doesn't what the person beside me thinks. It doesn't matter what the person, on the street thinks. Because you know what? 3 years from now, then you're going to remember you took the needle.
Pretty much. Pretty damn much. That's what I said to him myself. I'm like, and this too shall pass. That's what I told him.
Yeah.
And this too shall pass.
3 years ago, they're not even going to be able to say, Marv, yeah. He took. I mean, if they scroll the IG and then you see the picture from.
It might come up in memories or some
Yeah,
shit like that. Yeah.
Oh shit. He took the COVID test.
He's like, oh,
He
yeah,
took
yeah,
the
yeah.
COVID
I might even
needle.
forget my
You gotta-
goddamn self.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, we're at this point in the juncture whereas it's needed for a specific population, the elderly, those who are having respiratory illness. We need to help them right away.
To my YouTube peoples, I think maybe everybody listening, they should check this out.
Did I just see the hair move?
I think I think you hear the microchip beeping in my arm right there on the microphone. Every now and then I get the Illuminati twitches. So I might turn to an X-Men. Stay tuned.
If you start shaking, I'm running, man.
Fuck outta here.
I'm running, bro.
Yo.
I don't want to blow up with you.
Yo, fuck out of here. I heard, this is one lady who works in housekeeping.
Right.
And she knows all the freaking conspiracies for some goddamn reason. And she's like, we knew the Illuminatis were here in Canada. They're called the Freemasons and blah, 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 and the microchip and everything. I was like,
Yeah.
are you willing to take that on TV to be sued? Well, fuck you, Marvin. I was like, well, goddamn. I was like, okay.
Well, I mean, not saying that there's any validity to it, but I've been
Hashtag just saying.
I've been laid off because there's no microchips for the cars. I mean, I don't know where all the microchips all of a sudden went to.
You're in the Pfizer vaccine, baby.
In the Pfizer vaccines.
In my arm. So, I mean, yeah, that's...
Well, this is good. So you're feeling good. This was
Feeling fine.
number one of it's a
two-step.
two-step process.
Yeah, so my next booster is coming up right before the beginning, like in the beginning of February.
Right.
Yeah, feeling fine. A little bit sore than others,
Yeah.
but I want to say like with me and flu shots, I might be sore for probably about like 2-3 hours.
Okay.
This one, I went home. I did like some things that night. I think I had to go clean my washroom, and I think when I was scrubbing like shower walls,
Yeah.
I kind of reached up. I felt
it?
I felt it there, and then after when I was done, I took a shower, and after the shower, I ate. I forgot all about it. I think the following day is when some people and stuff, they're like, we heard you got the shot.
You got the shot.
I was like, yeah, and I was like, oh shit, that's right, because I woke up and took a
Right,
shower
right,
and stuff for work.
Right.
Didn't even think nothing of it. I didn't
Yeah.
feel sore at all. I didn't feel nothing
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. So I'm like, because see, my punk ass is up too. A lot of times when I wake up in the morning, and like I'm drinking my tea and kind of waking, it's kind of waking up, I'll curl. I have dumbbells and stuff, whatever, like not too far from my bed, so
Yeah.
I'll just curl those.
Yeah.
So if I was in kind of pain, I would have felt it
You
from
would've
like the
felt it from the
first,
curls, yeah.
from the first dumbbell curl. I'd be like, ow, oh
Right.
yeah, I forgot I did the shot.
Yeah.
I did all that. I'm like, oh shit, I did do the shot yesterday. I'm out here doing some Hercules bullshit in the morning. So I was like, yeah, man. But yeah, feeling fine, sipping wine.
Good, man.
So we're good. So let's talk about this Ontario purge thing. I keep calling it the purge.
Purge?
I've been calling it purge since what, Wednesday?
I mean, we haven't really killed anybody. Have we?
I don't know. Like,
Okay, so from Thursday, 12 a.m.
yeah,
is when it came about,
yeah,
and this is following maybe a week and a half after Quebec.
yeah. So Quebec has an official curfew.
Right, and they're start at 6.
Yeah,
Right.
6 or 8.
I think it was 6
6
p.m.
p.m.?
I think it was 6 p.m. Could be 8.
6 p.m., 8 p.m. I'll double check that to get the facts with that. But I was like, our premier to other parts in the world, I guess it would be our governor in America. He more focused on and said that he's not calling it a curfew, but it's curfew-like, the stay-at-home order.
Right.
Now,
What's the difference between a stay-at-home order and a curfew?
curfew, they're telling you on site you're getting like ticketed or jail, fined or jail.
Yeah.
Right? I think curfew, I think you might just get fined. You won't get jailed.
Right.
They might even drive your ass home if your white privilege is good enough. I mean, did I say that out loud?
Yeah, if it's good
Whoopsie.
enough, if it's good enough.
Yo, dear government, if you're hearing me now, are we a joke to you? Are we a joke to you? I say it in my African voice, man. Are we a joke to you? Because why are they, like, I think serenity before insanity.
Yes, go ahead. Calm, deep breath, and go.
All right. I think that's the side effect to the COVID.
That was it.
I think that's the microchip talking and stuff for them. But they weren't having this energy with the Trinity Belleville Park, right?
Right.
Bellwoods Park.
Right.
That shit helped spread a lot of this shit within the city,
Yeah.
right? In the province, they said what I think they said like 14 million. It's about 14 million people within the province of Ontario,
Okay.
right? And Ontario's big as shit, by the way.
Yeah,
to the peoples that just think
Ontario's
that
big.
Canada's fucking small as shit, especially in America,
Yeah.
y'all dumb as fuck. y'all need to educate yourselves about Canada ASAP. Do that now if you can, if you're not busy. But hell, go ahead.
From where Marv is at to where I'm at, how many boroughs is that you crossed in New York?
Oh, that's easy. Like 3, almost 4.
3 or 4. So that's just to give you an idea. That we're
Yeah.
only two boroughs apart from each other.
Yeah.
But in the travel distance will be like you're going through about three or 4 different boroughs. That's the size. Just picture that.
You know the funny thing is, I can drive from here to Cleveland through states. From my house to my mama's house
Yeah.
in Cleveland, it's about 4.5 hours max. The way how I drive,
Right.
4.5 hours max. I remember one of my boys was telling me we might have to take a drive to like Thunder Bay many, many moons ago and stuff for her to go holler at like this chick he was dating and stuff at the time.
Yeah.
So I'm like, Thunder Bay. I'm like, yeah, I'll come for the drive. How long is it? And this nigga had the nerve to look at me and say, it's about 17 hours. 17 hours! And you're still in the fucking province. And you still have more to go.
And you're still in the province.
I can drive to Cleveland and back.
Yeah.
And I've traveled through part of Ontario, New York, Pennsylvania, and Ohio within 4.5 hours. And within 16 hours, I'm still in this big ass province.
I mean, for our European followers, the same distance that I described between me and Marv,
Yeah, you gotta
that would
handle
probably pass through about maybe 4 or 5 different countries.
Yes.
Yeah. Probably about 4 or 5 different countries.
So the thing that kills me and stuff is that I'm like, you guys, they focus this lockdown on Ontario or stay at home order on Ontario. One, I don't know how costly efficient it is pertaining to like the emergency Amber Alerts.
Right.
Amber Alerts for the kids, but emergency alert, I'm like, they spent money for that.
Oh,
They
yeah.
had to spend some dollars for
Yeah,
that
yeah.
to put that in the phone and stuff. I looked at it, I almost threw my own phone out.
And they really did spend money on that because usually with the Amber Alerts, they try to localize it.
And this is countrywide.
And
This is national.
This is national. Well,
Okay.
province-wide. Province-wide.
Provincial-wide.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, what kind of fucked me up now? And I'm looking like the COVID, Trinity, like Bellwood Parks. You guys did nothing about. There was tons of people and stuff out and about in other settings and stuff like that. Hell, I remember I went on a little walkthrough to like off Lakeshore and stuff to go look at the lake and everything. And there was police officers on bikes seeing people and stuff. And like there's signs that says, please do not stop or please do not sit on grass and congregate, etc., etc. Motherfuckers out there with blankets, volleyballs.
And
Now you want to get strict? Now? Really?
As we're talking right now, because I was out there earlier,
Right.
they're still skating down at Gage Park. I'm pretty sure if we were to get up and leave here now,
It was a downtown Brampton.
It's a park downtown Brampton. But if we were to leave here now, they're still skating at Gage Park, and I don't think they've stopped since this curfew or this stay-at-home order has been put in effect. Now they did arrest some people. I think it was yesterday down at Dundas Square. They had an anti-mask, anti-stay-at-home
Yeah.
thing.
In downtown Toronto.
Yeah.
I seen it, and we all knew the anti-maskers and stuff are everywhere,
Right.
right? Hopefully, most of us, we probably made peace with that. There's anti-maskers, and we spoke about do not approach these anti-maskers
Yeah.
because we don't know what the fuck they're capable of
Yeah.
and everything. You just wear your own mask and worry about yourself to be safe,
That's it.
right? Because you don't know what the fuck they're capable of. Like, these people could be assholes with it, pull your mask off and cough and sneeze in your damn face
There you
and
go.
all types of shit that can go wrong. But I was looking, I was like, now they want to crack on like the conglomerate people, like the Walmarts and everything, about how many people you have in the capacity. We're
Yeah.
watching you now.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, bro, there's probably like 10 million people that probably got cases from the Walmarts because the Walmarts are overpacked and saturated as is. And I've been to like 3 or 4 Walmarts and stuff where I see the lines longer than go buy iPhones.
Yeah.
So that's people getting in. I have my healthcare card, so I bypass lines.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm looking at them, so I'm like, now I'm like, these small businesses are done.
They're done. They're done.
My heart, I want to say, my heart, I was feeling heartfelt for
do
them.
you think that was played well?
How they try to what?
You think that was played well with them forcing the small businesses to close and then
No.
leaving these big box
They're
businesses
fucking
open?
assholes. They're fucking assholes. I'm saying it.
Yeah.
I'll be held accountable to everything I'm saying.
Yeah.
They're assholes.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan.
I'm not a fan of it.
I'm not a fan of it because my thing is stuff is that if you proclaim you're throwing them a bone to keep afloat, how long is this keeping them afloat? Like me, I've been doing this dance since the first original lockdown,
Right.
right? Haven't stopped working.
Yeah.
Have not stopped working by the good grace of God. I have a situation where in that beginning, I think like a month after, they were saying, we're going to give you 4 months of like extra pay and like, what was it, $4 an hour,
remember
extra
that.
pay and
Yeah.
everything like that. We haven't stopped working.
Yeah.
We haven't stopped working. Like, people are still getting CERB checks. They're still telling people, but we're still out there.
Yeah.
You throw us one bone and say, that's it?
Yeah.
I'm not shitting on everybody. Like, okay, let's say you gave us $4 an hour extra. Why not say continue on? We're giving you just $1.50 extra.
Right.
Some kind of incentive and everything like that to kind of keep it going.
keep it going.
You give these small businesses one leg up, one little leg up.
Yeah.
Not a lot, but I
Yeah.
want to say enough to probably keep them afloat for maybe like 60 days, 2 months.
Yeah.
If there were operation and stuff to say like they're operating every day, or like, Monday through Sunday, flat. Come on. What business can really survive? The accessory places, I'm not shitting on them. If you're making jewels and all this type of stuff, online business would have been the way. You said it in one of the group chats and stuff we're in. You're like, yo, this is the .com time.
Yeah.
If you're not hip to using the .com and stuff, whatever, educate yourself. And get it popping.
Get it popping.
To the food, mom and pop restaurants and everything like that, I don't think they should shut them down.
They shouldn't.
They shouldn't shut them down, but these people want stuff, whatever. How could they keep afloat?
But here's a funny thing, though, because, okay, so a lot of these places, right, that have been shut down have been now forced to cook from home.
Yeah.
They're cooking from home and selling from home. Now, prior to all of this, this was a health issue, right? And they were going in and shutting these places down. Now they can't shut them down now.
Yeah.
Right? Health Canada is willing to let these people do their thing. So
that's what I said.
It
Dear
makes
government,
no damn sense.
That's what I said. Dear government, are we a joke to you?
It makes no damn sense.
Are we a joke to you? I couldn't make food and all the above and sell outside my house. I know people that did like fish fry Fridays.
Right.
Cook food, pop it on Instagram. Hell, Dev Spot.
Yeah.
In Mississauga.
Yeah.
Dev Spot in Mississauga started from an apartment.
Yeah.
And because the flight they were getting from so much traffic and all the above, it's a health issue and everything that needs to be set up in a restaurant. That's when they pulled their money together and did the first original spot.
Right.
Now everything can fly. Miraculously. Why you let this shit fly before?
But this is the same people.
It's hypocritical.
It's
It's the microchip talking. I'm sorry, folks.
People who are
I'm
at home
sorry, folks.
Cooking at their home. They were cooking in the restaurants. You literally took the ability of them making their own living out of their own establishment to force them to now have people come to their home and maybe not.
That's fucking disgusting.
Maybe not safely be as they would be in, a restaurant setting. Not only that, but now you're putting strain on the places that you do force to keep open because now everybody has to go to that place.
So,
and of course the big box loved that. I mean, they love that. They're making hand over fist.
Exactly, because in any case, let's say if one particular Walmart might get fined for saying they have max capacity people and let's say even if it was a bylaw police officer, bylaw officer or the actual police officer saying like, hey, this place has too many people in here and everything, we're gonna write you guys a fine. These big box places and stuff will probably shit that. Excuse me. Sneeze that.
You need to probably think about it. If
sneeze that. The fine might be.
If they got 50 stores and 49 got fines, the one store that sells for that day could pay for the other 49.
No further questions. Defense versus case. So I mean, that's just what it is. But I just wanted to. My microchip wanted to speak about that.
It's just that it twitched. It said chime in on that one.
Yeah, you can call this shit chips and dip.
Chips and dip.
Chips and dip. Yeah. You know what? Let's just get to the question of the week and slide out of here.
All right, let's do this.
Hey, question of the week. I forgot I did this earlier in the week actually. So we get back to the happiness. Okay. Laugh and learn time. Laugh and learn. Question of the week. What's the furthest you traveled for sex?
Ooh. See again. I would have to put it in a time because I couldn't say the places because you wouldn't know the distance, right? I would say.
But if you're giving it driving wise, whatever, people can equate it to time.
I was about to say, driving wise, I would say about an hour, right? But that distance was covered when I was not a driver. So I was a foot and bus passenger at that time. So a typical hour drive, what it might have been, maybe 2.5, 3 hours?
Almost 3. I was about to say.
2.5, almost 3 hours?
Are we talking about like bus stop or Greyhound type of shit?
No, bus stop.
So you're driving.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about 3 hours, big homie. Yo.
And hold on.
Mm-hmm.
The bus didn't go all the way. Cause where Shorty lived was a new development, and buses didn't get. So you got off
And you had to
and
foot
you
it.
walked another 15 minutes.
Were you auditioning for fucking Selma? Like, I don't understand. Why you had to walk? Yo. Was it worth it?
I'm trying
Did
to
it
think.
squirt?
I'm trying to think back if the cooch was fire because
yo,
there was a lot of distance I
the
covered.
juice, I don't know. The juice don't sound like it's worth the squeeze, though.
It was a lot of distance I covered.
And then you went home after?
I went home after.
Was it worth
But
it?
remember-
Did it squirt it? Yo,
But
did it hurt going in and if it wet? You know, like,
teenager, you know what I mean? You don't know how, when the next opportunity might be.
Yeah,
So you kind of have to,
When you're a thirsty ass kid,
when
this shit
you're
will come
thirsty,
up.
you gotta,
My black ass, I went to Brock University from downtown Toronto. So I hopped on a Greyhound. I looked at one of my boys. He's like, "You really going out there?" So if people listening,
Yeah.
Google Toronto bus terminal to Brock University.
Actually, no, wait. Type Waze on your phone because it'll give you maybe the distance in kilometers or miles. Then you can tell them how long
Okay.
of a distance it is.
So
That makes sense.
Toronto bus
And I can
terminal.
already tell you now, folks, it's a distance. It's a travel. It's a travel.
That's some different shit right there. Hold on. Smooth. That's not nice.
Not nice.
That's not nice.
Mm-mm.
That's 244 clicks.
244 clicks. you gotta say it in staccato form for the effect to really hit home.
Yo!
Dude.
I took a Greyhound. I wasn't
Oh, you
driving.
took a Greyhound?
I wasn't driving.
Yeah.
I took a Greyhound. But I made it a 3-day event.
Okay, well, yeah. That's a little different.
Or a 2-day event. Because her and I promised. I said, look, if I come out there, I'll come out there on a Friday.
Yeah.
I'm bringing 2 boxes of condoms. There's some song. I forget the song. It's an older song. It's called Straight Fucking.
Yeah.
Like the hook is like straight fucking, no interruption. So I went there, I packed like a change of clothes and like a duffel bag I can throw on my back.
Yeah.
And I had 2 boxes of condoms. I'm like, nope. At least finish the box.
You have to.
One box had 12 in it back then.
Because
they're robbing niggas now on the boxes now. They have 10 condoms in a box. But
they get no love.
yeah, I was like, I finished a box. When I got there the Friday, hey, can I use the washroom? I went to go piss. I was like,
Right to the action.
hey, why is your clothes still on? I thought when I went to go piss, I went to go freshen up at the same time. We went at it. I ordered some pizza. We went at it. We chilled, cracked jokes. We went for a walk.
Yeah, came
we
back,
went at it.
yeah.
My balls were sore. It was like 3 juices and squeezed off. Like I was like,
You gotta let the factory recreate.
right,
You gotta let the factory recreate.
Can't be doing that. Can't only start busting off powder and everything through the ball sack. Because I think after like the 3rd nut,
Yeah.
you feel a squeeze on your testicle.
Yeah.
To the men listening,
Yeah.
you know what the fuck I'm talking about.
You know, man.
So I was like, yeah, I'm not really about this life. You know, I had to G-check myself. Like, but I'm like, that was it. I made an event, and I was like, 240 clicks. Hold on. No, I'll do the math. I got a conversion app in this thing for you. But that was the scariest thing and stuff, because I looked at myself, I'm like, am I really doing this? I'm like,
I just remember it was a group of us because it was a group of shorties, and I just remember us getting off the bus. Homeboy breaking a piece of twig to make a walking cane. Us tying t-shirts around our heads like shepherd and walking. Yeah. 151 point. We'll just call it 152 miles.
152 miles.
152 miles.
And I will ride for 100 miles, and I will go for 100 more. Da da da.
And and since you asked me, but I couldn't remember if it was worth it, I'm gonna ask you: was it worth it?
Oh yes, it was.
The journey was.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
That young lady, you are a grown ass woman now.
You're a
'Cause
grown-ass
I
woman
was
now.
in my early 20s, and
Yeah.
you were a year or two older than me. If you ever hear this episode, you were worth it.
He says thank you.
Thank you. From the bottom of my heart and the
And the
bottom, of my
his
nuts. Yo. All right, man. Let's get to the Ask the Sons. Let me just slide out. First, Ask the Sons comes from Ari After Dark. If you had the power to make any unhealthy food or drink healthy, what would it be?
Any unhealthy food or drink, what would it be? I'd have to go with pizza.
Pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Jamaican carrot juice, specifically my auntie's carrot juice. If I could drink that shit all day, every day, with all the sugar it's packed with, the condensed milk, the rum, the nutmeg, the vanilla, all that shit.
But Jamaicans will be the first to tell you that's already healthy. That's strong for your butt. Get a strong butt.
The fuck out of here, man. Yo, you ever had that after a meal? How you feel like? Oh, you feel like Biggie Smalls. Don't want no problems. Like my man Puff said. Yo, that shit sits heavy on your system.
We know, but Jamaicans will tell you that shit is healthy.
And diabetes runs high in the Jamaican population.
This is true.
Shit.
This is true.
Doggy Durag says, "What's your biggest flex that you never tell anyone?" For me, I want to say, and I even feel like it's a flex if I say it now,
Yeah.
but I'll say it and then I won't say it again. I think my education and my podcast growth, our podcast growth.
Yeah.
I don't really try to claim fame for those type of things because I let everything speak for itself. That's the kind of world. If you're walking the walk, you don't need to talk the talk.
Yeah.
But the thing and stuff about it is that, like even, like I said, the folks that can see me, they might look at me and judge me a particular way,
Right.
right? I'm a ghetto kid that grew up in different parts and stuff, and like I want to say harsher environments, and because of my education, I want to say, like I said it before, education tends to bridge gaps between certain type of worlds. So now they can't count me out when I'm sitting with the best of them,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? And even I had one of my managers, she approached me one day and she's like, people put their designation underneath their name. Like they have it on their signature of their emails.
Right.
And I said, it feels like a flex to me.
Yeah.
And like
yeah.
I graduated with honors, and I don't feel like I need to put that. Whatever. But she's like, you should feel proud.
But I never understood the need for that. Like if I know you're a doctor, why do you need to sign your papers to tell me that you're a doctor? You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
Or if I know it, like they say you gotta address people by their designations.
Right.
But I mean, if you're a doctor but we regular people and we kick it, like yo, Mr. Harvey. Like, well, what if I don't call you Dr. Harvey?
I mean, people have a problem. People do have a problem.
I know some people have a problem.
I don't. That's not my style. That's not my style because I think, to me, I feel like those people tend to try to put themselves in a realm where they feel like they're not human or average human beings when we eat shit and bleed the same goddamn way.
Yeah.
Right? And then it's the same thing and stuff with like, I want to say, when I say with the podcast growth and stuff, whatever, is that I think certain people expect us, but like we spoke about it earlier. This is a beautiful episode, by the way. We spoke about that we're so busy doing things.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't feel like we should stop and say, oh my gosh, look, we got 5,000 views.
Yeah.
Can you look at that? Our videos got 5,000 views. Oh my gosh. Like, no, keep going.
Well,
keep going.
We
get over, like, you know what I'm saying? Like the plays we have and stuff like that.
I was trying to think of my flex. And And I would have to say the same thing, Marv. I would have to say it would be like the podcast and the the music stuff that I do surrounding that, like just like the filming and stuff like that. Like I I know I'm I know I'm really good at it, right? I don't ever stunt and say to myself, I'm the best at doing what I do,
Right.
right? But I know I'm damn good at it, right? And the fact of the matter, it goes back to the same conversation I was telling you that I had earlier when she was talking about the people on social media who are not doing anything, but I see you in what you're doing. So I said, yeah, I'm not about talking or saying this and that about myself, like, oh, I can do this or I'm about to do this and that. I rather just shut it and then just my action speaks.
Action speak louder than
My
words.
action speaks. And if you look at it and say, oh, dude is flexing hard. Well, I'm not doing it on purpose. You're just seeing me work. That's all. That's it. You're just seeing me work.
That's it. Because I think when somebody came to me and stuff, and like I was saying, I think it was approaching the 100th episode.
Right.
They're like, damn, you did 100 episodes? Like, yeah, they're like, you guys didn't stop even during COVID? I was like, nah. How? I'm like, I was like, I don't know. You just keep going.
Yeah.
And then somebody's like, now I want to check out your podcast and stuff. And I was like, well, it's there whenever. You don't have to get to it today.
You don't have to.
But I'm like, I'm just letting you know that you don't get to it today. Hell, you get to it 3 months down the line. Just know for a fact that
It'll be there when you get
that
to
100
it.
episode will be in the dust.
Yeah.
That will be definitely in the dust.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm just gonna keep it moving.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not. So yeah, that's it. Last question comes from Semi says, what's up, Semi?
What's going on, Sammy?
How did you know that you were an adult?
When them bills started knocking on my door.
Amen to that. Amen to that. No, because I mean, oh, you could be a teenager and get like a phone bill, but that ain't shit.
That ain't shit.
Yeah. I want to say to me, I felt like I was adulting when I first like got ready to go to bed in my own spot for the very first time,
Yeah.
and I was like, there's like a Scarface moment, like this is me. This is me. I did this.
Yeah.
I did this, whatever, right? And I'm like, it's either sink or swim from here.
Either sink or swim.
So I mean, I want to say that was my adult moment right there, because I mean, some people say like their kids make them a grown up.
Yeah.
Their kids make them take them from a kid to being a grown up.
Yeah.
And everything, but I was already on that because I had my son way later and everything like that. I had my son in my 30s,
Yeah.
right? And
Me too. I had my kids. My first child I had at 27. So that was like, I mean, majority of my friends were like teens when they started.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, that for me, that's just me. What about
No,
you?
I think I would say
The Bills.
I would say the Bills, but you're right. I think moving out on your own and the first problem that you encounter, like the kitchen sink is leaky.
Yeah.
You can't turn around and say, "Hey, mom, the kitchen sink needs fixing," or "Hey, dad, the kitchen needs." No, nigga, you need to find a plumber, and you realize, hey, shit is now resting on me solely to take care of things.
Pretty much. Yeah, that's just about it. Okay.
All right.
Right. It's in with Associated Sons
Good
and
show, good
slide
show.
out. Yeah,
Yeah.
covered a good portion.
And you didn't twitch that much.
Nah,
you're still here.
The microchip was, it slid up to the brain and then for the government piece and just kind of came
Right, right.
went right back to the arm.
Folks, I'm still trying to convince him to set up a couple cameras at nighttime in the bedroom, just because when you're asleep and you don't know what's happening.
Yo,
he might be out there assassinating people, and we don't know.
He thinks he thinks I'm a sleeper cell agent now.
We don't know.
That's true. We don't know, but I know I wake up the same damn way I went to bed and stuff. Whatever. My boxes and my damn
boxes.
socks.
Can you imagine though? You really a sleeper. You wake up, You go in your closet, you put on your full black suit, you go out, you do your mission, you come back, you take that shit off, you back in your box, and you go to sleep. You wake up like nothing else happened.
That would be awesome. But I think I know for a fact something's fucking wrong if I wake up with no socks.
With no socks.
You know the fuck I love my
Yeah,
damn
yeah,
socks.
yeah.
I got my
This is
Goku
true.
socks on today.
This is
So
true.
I'm like, if I
is
wake up
true.
with no socks, I'm like, oh my gosh, this vaccine is the devil.
This is true.
Yo, I
This is
I do a rant and tirade. If I wake up with socks, we good. We good like God with extra
It's
no.
still okay.
Yeah. So say the Suns this week. If they said you've changed a lot, tell them a lot has changed you.
So
say
says
the
the Suns.
Yeah. Everybody, you don't work that hard to stay the same.
No.
No, don't, folks.
And if you are, stop the hard working. You can just stay the same without any effort at all. Trust
That's
me.
pretty much.
Trust me.
That's pretty much. That means your life is already great. Like Tony the Tiger, great. All right, man. Once again, folks, thank you for rocking with us. Like, comment, subscribe on the plugs as usual.
That's it.
Thank you. Thanks again for rocking with the Podical Sons.
Thank you.
I still didn't do the cross fingers thing. I'll wait till the cameras are stopped. But if you're hearing this and the Browns lost, just send your thoughts and prayers
Send
this
thoughts
way.
and prayers
To this one.
Shout out to all our sponsors.
Yes.
Do remember, if you have a business that you want to plug or get out there to the masses, if you have any items that you want us to run through over on the podcast, we're more than happy to do so, because this is our platform and ain't nobody can do this shit.
Once again, thank you for listening to the Podical Sons. Remember, the difference between genius and stupidity is that genius has its limits. Please be safe out there. And we appreciate y'all. Peace.
The Podical Sons with not your average Joseph and Sofa King Marvelous.